family, this is nothing more than the fulfillment of what Dr. Henderson gave us in the letter of Obadiah, where it says that the Lord concerning Edom, that's the U.S., the thief who sold his birthright, we have heard a report from the Lord Yah, and the messenger has been sent among the nations, Hindu, saying, arise and let us rise up against her for battle. This is the word to America about all the nations you call allies. Behold, I will make you small among the nations. These are the nations that call themselves your allies. You shall be greatly despised, America. The pride of your heart has deceived you, fooled you. You who dwell in the clefts of the rocks, the liars, whose habitation is high, or high officers. You who say in your heart, who will bring me down to the ground? Too much pride on your part. So as you stand as high as the eagle, America, the bird of your life, and though you set your nest among the stars, America, your life on your flag, from there I will bring you down, says the Lord Yah. Oh, how Esau the thief shall be searched out, how his hidden treasures shall be sought after. That's all those things which have been stolen from the righteous. All the men in your confederacy, that evil South, shall force you to the border. The men at peace with you, your so-called allies, shall deceive you and prevail against you, turn against you. Those who eat your bread shall lay a trap for you. You're going to meet with your so-called allies who hate you and are acting as if they love you. No one is aware of it. This means you must hear my words from Yah, for no one will come after me to let you know. Everything that has been written is now happening. And I'm very thankful that Dr. Henderson, Yehoshua Mashiach, has been bringing us the true interpretation and letting us know what has been going on globally. Again, we are continuing to index people. We are seeing people coming in from all across the planet, as now the world has awakened to the fact that they must identify themselves. The new system, the Global Reset, has been set up by Yehoshua and Yakim, directed by Father Yah Allah, for the benefit of his children. This is a fantastic system devised for all of mankind, for their total restoration, redemption, and protection. Therefore, it's very critical that if you're not identified, that you get identified quickly. Because if you are not, you will be doomed. You will have no protection, no restoration, and no redemption. Please go to our website. I would recommend going to the .net site, as it has the latest updates on it. It's FOVCPR.net. On that homepage is everything you need to know regarding the whys, the wherefores, and the reasons of the indexing. There's a tab at the top of the homepage that says Library. I would recommend that if you want to do a deep dive into those documents that put the reset together, that you do so. Everything you need to do as far as uploading your documents, paying your indexing fee, can all be done on that website. We do have contact numbers for you to contact us if you have any questions after you have gone through the process of educating yourself regarding the indexing. Well, family, we have waited quite a while for this day, and it is a very great day, because I'm excited to say that Dr. Henderson, Yehoshua Mashiach, is back on the call with us, and I know that we're all very excited to hear what he has to bring us. The world is waiting. So without further ado, I'd like to yield the call to Dr. Hindu I.L. Henderson, the ad hoc Chief Justice of the Universal World Court. He is Yehoshua Mashiach, Son of Man, Son of God, in the flesh. Rise and shine, sir.
Rise and shine. How do you hear me?
We hear you clear as a bell, sir.
Are you sure you can hear me?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Outstanding. I'm only saying that for the fact that I want to make sure that everyone does recognize the fact that I am still alive and that I'm still on the planet. It seems that, once one begins to take a break to go somewhere else, to make sure that you set a place for those to follow, you get all of the people with nothing more than yapping their mouths with gossip and all other types of would-be conversations that they have for others. I've heard so much from just not being on the calls from those people that have no ability to be able to do anything on the planet. And I guess that would be the only thing they can do on the planet is yap their mouths and talk about things that they have no understanding about. And it tells them, secretly in the book, it says, for when one gets to that point, he says, come and let us reason together, says Yah Allah, God of the universe. Let us reason together. The reason that we'll be coming together to do this reasoning is for one simple fact, that you might get the truth before you run off saying things that are uncommon to other people, that might anger someone, that might put you in a position where you might become an enemy or a target, if I might use the proper words for it. So I would say caution yourself, be careful. A lot is going on right now. And yes, I can tell you why I took such a break from the calls, because it gave the United States, it gave all 198 nations a time period whereby they have nothing new to talk about. They have nothing to talk about, nothing to say. I must be honest with you, the reason that they have nothing new to talk about and nothing to say is because they haven't heard from me. I haven't been talking to them. I took a break from even discussing anything with them, but I'm back now. And they already know exactly what I'm discussing with them. And that's all the way from the Vatican, where I call it the Vatican, as in where a lot of people go and lose their mind. So I don't want to even refer to it as the Vatican, but the Vatican, because they have to be batty or ignorant out of their minds to think for one small reason that we're going to be concerned about a dying would-be so-called Pope. Any for reasons that some dying holy man. If he dies, he dies. He gets finally go see the person that he says he already knows. I know for a fact he'll be meeting him for the first time. And that would be my father, Yah Allah. He'll be meeting him for the first time, but he never met him. Don't know him. And I'm talking about all the holy men. All the holy men of the planet right now, they have not yet met my father. Neither is he talking to them, and I know that for a fact. No doubt in my mind. He's not talking to them. So thereby, I would tell them to just sit still and wait. A lot is going on. A lot is about to happen. And for all of you people that have joined, I would classify it as being making America great again. I'd say not so fast. It's not time yet. We're inching up to it. We're kind of motivating ourselves to get prepared for what's about to come. And we need that time. Right now, the United States government's got so much that they need to be doing right now. They're in such a serious situation right now until no one really knows exactly what's going to happen until after we do it. We haven't finished yet. I would have to say, in reaching out right now to Ms. Pam Bondi, which is known as the Attorney General for the United States of America right now, we have a lot going on right now. And I want to say to Ms. Bondi, with all respect, we have to get down to these would-be investigations in which we're going through right now. We have to complete the process of even investigating the situation that went on with Mr. Jeffrey Epstein, Mr. John Fitzgerald Kennedy, Mr. Martin Luther King Jr., and also Mr. Robert Kennedy. We got to get down to the bottom of what took place, what happened, what was said, what was not said, and why these men were terminated off the planet. No matter who's involved. We don't care if it has anything to do with civil rights. We don't care if it has anything to do with homosexuality. We don't care if it has anything whatsoever to do with racism. We need to get down to the rule of law. The department's mission is to uphold the rule of law. And to uphold that rule of law, they have to realize that it has to be done transparent. And transparent is that we all can be able to see exactly what happened, what took place, and why it took place. What, when, where, why, and how. We need to know all of these. These probabilities of what we're dealing with right now must be known by the whole entire universe. Why? Because, yeah, it affected the whole entire universe. And everyone needs to know the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so it helps them God. Now, I'm speaking on this matter at this present moment, and I know it's kind of, I just jump into things because when someone says, welcome back, or, oh, you finally made it back, I'm okay with all of that. At the same time, I haven't stopped. I haven't missed a beat. I won't miss a beat because my Father has me on a mission. And this mission does not bring me into a moment where right now it's time for any type of celebration. Celebration, we'll get there, but we're not there yet. So as I'm speaking now, I'm reaching out now once again to one whom I am privately, I would say, connecting with, Mr. Donald J. Trump, known as the United States President. He is now known as the 47th. Yeah, 47th President, they would say, of the United States of America, and that's okay. The numbers sound good. At the end of the day, it's a system that has existed now for at least 250 plus years. And it has to be dealt with in a manner whereby that system will be brought to a point where it will recognize that it controls nothing on this planet, nothing. It don't control the land in which it's now residing on. It never has, it never will. I can assure them that. We understand what the judges are doing by ordering Donald Trump's administration to rescind a memo directed the masses, the firing of federal workers. We already know what that's about. A lot of those federal workers are nothing more than officers whereby they have worked for the DOJ, they have worked for the CIA, they have worked for the FBI, they have worked for all the major would-be agencies that we have that's to be put there to do nothing more than protect the land from outside enemies. But they have occasionally spent most of their time doing nothing more than destroying the people in the land whereby they were hired to protect. And whereby they can't protect the people, there's no need for their service. So that's why so many of them now are going to be laid off, no matter what the Supreme Court right now or any other judge might determine that should be happening with these so-called federal workers. I'm here to tell them there will still be major people not resigning. They will be fired. They've already been asked to resign. But if they don't resign, they'll just be fired. It's easy to be done. Right now, the United States of America has realized that throughout the court system, throughout the agencies of all of what they classify to be their judiciary system, that a lot of people are being let go. A lot of positions are now being rescinded. That was once put in place by Joe Biden. They're being rescinded, those positions. And they will no longer exist on the books because they should not have ever existed to begin with. And it's kind of an easy task for those that are in our position or where we sit at. All we got to do is just tell them that you will either allow those people to resign, you will either fire them, or you will recognize the fact that you have no funds to be able to keep them on anyway. Because nobody's going to fund it. I'm saying this now because I have not yet told this to the government, but they're listening. That's why I'm back. They seem to listen more to these calls than they do to anything else on the planet. And I'm talking about the White Hat reports. I'm talking about Proofness. I'm talking about CNN, BBC, NBS, NBC, all of the major outlets. All the major outlets of nothing more than the media are listening to this particular call, and they haven't been able to get anything that they wanted up to this point. So now I'm here to tell them they can tell Kramer versus Kramer, I'm back. And I don't care what Kramer says. I don't care if he's telling everybody to take your Social Security at 62. I don't care. Unless Kramer has a bank somewhere in heaven, I would say it has been in heaven, right, Kramer? If it's not in heaven, you don't have a bank in heaven, you're not going to be able to help anyone with Social Security, whether they be 62 or 92. It could be 2002. You're not going to be able to help them in with this so-called take your Social Security early because that is not going to be any fun in your Social Security to take early. I know it's a lot of people listening to me now because I've already heard all of the would-be statements you've made since I have been on the calls. Well, he probably took all the money and ran off with it. Listen to me. Let me help you out for those of you who have said that. I can't take something that's already mine. It's already mine. The silver is mine. The gold is mine. The oil is mine. This land, this planet is mine. I don't have to take anything and run and hide or to leave. You either are with me or you're against me. You're against me, you don't have anything coming. That's a fact. So don't think that I'm going to take anything and have to run with it. I'm going to stay right here, and you still won't get it unless I say you can have it. And that's a fact. If you don't believe me, call your government. Ask them what's happening to them right now. I told you before, every would-be year, they're sitting down asking for nothing more than another loan. $1.1 trillion, $1.1 billion, $1.1 million. They're always asking for another loan so they can keep the government open. You hear them. You understand what they're doing. They have a sequestration, a sequester they call it. This sequestration is a master sequestration. So they can call it a sequestration if they want to. They can call it a sequester. They can just only make it seem like that is just a small would-be problem that they have. But they need to understand, as well as you need to understand, it is a master sequestration, master sequester. That means it controls the entire universe, not just the United States of America. Let me repeat. It controls the entire world, every nation. It controls every nation. All 198 nations are controlled by the master sequester. And for everyone that's thinking now that Ukraine is going to still be able to fight a war against Russia, they got a problem too. Because they are looking to receive still some would be so-called 500 billion, 350 billion. It doesn't matter what number Donald Trump so happens to be asking them to pay back. They need to realize that they have not yet gotten that money. I don't care if it was promised to them by Joe Biden's mama. They need to understand that they have not yet received that money, and better yet, they're not going to receive that money. So if they want to keep shooting missiles, blowing up bombs, doing whatever they want to do, at the end of the day, is at their own expense, and they have no finances, no money whatsoever. So if they're getting the money from Germany, let me help you out, Germany. You too have been master sequestered. That means you have no money. I already know that. I don't care if they just so happen to want to sit down with the new Prime Minister of the UK and everybody come together over Donald Trump's house and go play a would-be round the golf. I don't care what you're doing. At the end of the day, when you get back off the golf course, I need you to understand, you will still be broke like you was when you went out on that golf course. You will have no finances whatsoever. I guarantee it. So I keep hearing it, especially from the Ku Klux Klan or the cool guys from the country. For some strange reason, they believe that they have a white would-be establishment bank somewhere where all white people can go and get themselves financially stable. Let me help you out. You have no money, none whatsoever. And if anyone still out there believes that you got people like Donald J. Trump, Elon Musk, and the rest of would-be billionaire men on the planet, whether they be white or black, if you think for one strange minute or one ignorant minute that these men will be willing to take a job in your government that possibly pays less than $500,000 a year, if they got billions and trillions of dollars, why would they be taking a job like that? Have anyone really begun to think sensibly? Is everyone out there brain dead? That's my first question. Is everyone brain dead? Do you think people like Elon Musk, a billionaire, supposedly the richest man on the planet, why would he want to take a job at a government level, at government's pay, and do anything to help the people if he's the richest man in the world? He just go somewhere. You know, everyone's thinking I stole the money and I went to some island to hide out or to not show up again. Why wouldn't he do that if he was the richest man in the world? Because he's not. Isn't that right, Mr. Elon Musk? You're just as broke as anybody else on the planet. And right now, your government job just so happens to be keeping you in business. I already know that. And I don't know why anybody with Mr. Elon Musk be questioning to know that the United States of America is not a country, it's not a nation, it's not a city, it's not a town. So I don't know why they would be questioning you with a question, are you an American citizen? No, you're not. They're not either, because it don't exist. Help them out, Mr. Elon Musk. And you know, I'm getting so tired of taking these breaks, and all I get is a bunch of YouTube sent to my phone. I got 3 phones. I get more YouTubes than I ever get messages from people. People sending me YouTubes about some white woman telling all the black people to go back where they came from. They are where they came from. She's the only one that's probably out of place. Don't bother me with her misdirection or her misinformation. I don't need that. So don't send it to Dr. Hindu I.L. Henderson. Do not send that to my phone. I don't need it. You know, where in the world do you think that you're going to have to worry about some white woman talking to some black people in the land in which she don't even know is a black land to go back where they came from? It don't make sense, so don't send it out. That's part of the media that's trying to do nothing more than cause a conflict between the people. So right now, they got the biggest and the greatest conflict going on in Ukraine right now. And It's going to get larger. I don't care what they say to you. I would say to you once again, my dear people of the planet, all 198 nations, if you would, just, if you don't do nothing more, entertain me. Entertain me for a moment by reading your Holy Bible. That's all you got to do. Get your Holy Bible. You can pass by the Holy Quran. I wouldn't advise it because it's in the Holy Quran as well. It's telling you about the wars to end all wars, the battle to end all wars and fights. It's in all of the holy books. It's there. It's present. All you got to do is read it. You're not going to be able to escape World War III. It's not going to happen. Donald Trump, listen to me, Donald J. Donald J. Trump can carry all the crosses he wants to. He can carry all the Bibles he wants to. He can change his name to Jesus the Christ, the great Jesus Christ, whatever. He can do all that if he wants to. At the end of the day, Revelation is going to play a part in his life. And he has to be prepared for it because there's no way around it. When they open the seventh seal, there will be a silence in the heaven for about a half an hour. Then they will see a seventh angel who will stand before God. And then they all will be there, and they will hear 7 trumpets. For that one angel, having a golden censer, he will be standing at the altar. He will be giving much incense of nothing more than a sweet smell. He will also be offering up prayers for all the saints, all of them who have been slain, and they're now under the golden altar. They were there for one reason, because of the throne in which God will be sitting on. There'll still be smoke and incense. And with all the prayers of the saints, you will watch the saints ascend before God. And all the angels, they will be at hand. They will be there. All of them are going to be present. You will watch that angel. He's going to take another censer, and he's going to fill it with fire. And then when he fills it with fire, he's going to bring it from the altar, and he's going to throw it onto the earth. And where the noise and the thunderings, the lightning and the earthquake, they will all begin to happen during that very moment. For the first angel, all he's going to do is be sounding, blowing of a trumpet, and hail and fire will follow, mingled with blood, and they will be thrown to the earth. Then a third of the trees, they will be burned up, and all green grass will be burned. The second angel would then sound his trumpet, something like a great mountain burning with fire. And then you will watch him throw it into the sea. And the sea will become nothing more than blood. And the third angel then will be given over to nothing more than the creatures, the living creatures of the earth. All of them that are in the sea, they will die. And a third of the ships that are on the water, they will also be destroyed. What am I talking about? What are you talking about, one might ask? I'm talking about the great end of the world. The great end of the world. That's the battle, the fight. The one that after the 144,000 Israelites will be sealed, all these things will begin to happen. I'm just helping you out so you understand that I don't care anything about any one of the governments, leaders, nations, or any of those talking peace right now. It tells them in the Holy Scriptures, no matter what book they're reading, that when the world begins to say to you, peace, 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 it says, behold, there shall be nothing more than great clamor and wars. That's what's getting ready to happen right now. I'm just telling everyone to prepare yourself. For me, that's great. We don't get to the end for the new beginning until we get past all these things, so I'm okay with that. I would ask you all, providing that you have your heart right now with Ya Allah, is get prepared. If you're not, be ready. Right now, Ukraine has got a war going on, and they think that Donald Trump is promising them a way out of their debt in which they owe to the United States of America, which really, I don't see a debt either, Ukraine, because you haven't received that money yet. The reason why you haven't received that money yet, because America don't have that money to loan to you to start with. I don't know why. Joe Biden would have been signing an executive order to give you some $500 billion or some $350 billion for that token. I don't even know why he would even be sending you $1, which is not worth anything. It has no value. $1 in the United States of America has no value. Every dollar thereafter in the United States of America or any other nation right now has no value. The $1 has no value, people. I've been saying that to you now for at least 25 years plus, and you still seem to not understand. Or are you just those type of people you don't want to believe the truth, even when it's right on top of your face, in which you might prefer to it as a nose? It's the truth. The dollar has no value. It is not going to gain any value. It will not gain any momentum. Listen to me, Federal Reserve Chairman. Listen to me, Federal Reserve Secretary. You might as well face it. The dollar will never, ever have any power whatsoever on anybody's economy, and especially in the United States of America. Trust me. And if you try it, I guarantee you it'll only last for about a few days, and then it will die again. Because I can tell you, whenever you walk into the average store, supermarket, they always have this big sign saying sale. How long does that sale last? A week? A couple of days? Maybe one day. How long does that sale normally last? Not long, does it? That's what's about to happen to the United States government. Not going to last. Not going to last. It's on sale. It's not going to last. Someone's going to walk in, and they're going to realize that it has already been purchased, and it was paid for in full with blood. Just told you that. That's what that angel is going to be doing. That's the first angel. He is going to be doing some hell and fire. It will be mingled with blood. I just told you that. The second angel, he is going to do nothing more than he's going to put this with the ocean, your seas, your so-called with the water places. He's going to make sure that he's also going to fix it where it will be full of blood. Everything has been paid for in blood, not by somebody's so-called dollar, gold, silver, bronze, no type of precious metals, no coal, none of those would be so-called rocks or minerals. None of those paid for this planet. It was paid for in blood, and so shall it be that life is in the blood, and the blood will again, it will be filled. It will be spilled upon your ground. And there will be nothing you can do. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. Ukraine, I know you're prepared. Donald Trump calls out Mr. Zelensky of what he truly really is. He called him a dictator. He is a dictator. I don't know why Donald J. Trump, listen to me, Mr. President. I don't know why you would want to recant your statement. He's a dictator. He's there beyond his would-be so-called term. No one seems to be challenging him for the position. And then he himself don't want to have to run for a second would-be term. All he wants to do is keep holding the seat now. That's a dictator. That's the dictator. And I'm not afraid to say he's a dictator. I don't think any other nation on this planet should be afraid to call him a dictator, because anyone that holds a position of such and they refuse to move, or they haven't already moved, and they're beyond their would-be state, they are a dictator. The dictator. That's exactly what he is. Maintain it. He's no longer a comedian, Mr. Trump. His comedian, it has ended. He's no more funny. He's not funny to anybody. He's a dictator. And if he wants to come and ask for some so-called would-be debt cancellation, he needs to come and talk about debt cancellation. But we're not going to talk to him about canceling his debt. We're not going to talk to him about that. He owes too much. Not just to the United States of America, but he also owes to all of those Ukrainians that he claimed to be their leader. He owes them. Not only do he owe them, and I don't care about what his would-be so-called acceptance radius is, they can rate him as high as they want to as being accepted by the Ukrainian people. That's all good. He's either 4% or he's a would-be so-called 65%. Who cares? At the end of the day, he can't pay their bill. He has no money either. He's broke. Just like everyone else, they don't like using the word broke, but they're broke. Broken. I told them that my father had already said to them that he would come and he would be able to break the very backbones of their leader and their leadership. He told them that. It's in the book. Read it. That's what's happening right now. All the leaders' backs are going to be broken. I know. Wow. Mr. Zelensky wants to negotiate. He wants to come to the United States of America, which he already is in the United States of America. He wants to negotiate debt cancellation. He wants to also negotiate with Mr. Trump is saying to him that they're going to put Americans there in the land and on the land there in the Ukraine. I know why. We all know why. But let me help you out. Just so Mr. Donald Trump, Mr. Donald J. Trump, President of the United States of America, let me remind you. You know who you're listening to, so let me remind you. There is something called the War Powers Act. My advice to you is do not violate the War Powers Act. If by any chance that you should place any would-be Americans on that soil where that war is already going on, that will be a declaration of war to that particular would-be nation. In other words, what I'm saying, don't put no American soldiers, don't put no American people, don't put no American orphans, don't put no American LGBTQ. If they are coming out of America, do not put them on the soil in Ukraine, because that will be a declaration of war. Not just to Ukraine, that's to all of the foreign land owners, the foreign land holders, the foreign land leases. No matter what they're doing to that land, if they're on that land and you put someone on it, Mr. Trump, let me help you out again. That will be a declaration of war because you will be in violation. So my advice to you, don't do it. I know you got a nice, would-be so-called strong administration. You got a lot of good advisors. Let me help you out. If your advisors right now are not telling you what I'm telling you, they are setting you up once again for 30 more charges. 30 more charges that you will be found guilty on. Those 34 more charges that you will be found guilty on, you will be sentenced that day. You will not get a chance to be able to ask the people, or neither would you be able to get some would-be so-called people's protection, where the people will be admiring you so much that they won't want to see you punished. Because you're going to be punished. Let me repeat. Warning. My advice. But you understand, my advice is not truly advice. I am giving you a direct command. Do not put any Americans on the soil in Ukraine. That will be a definite act of what we know to be a declaration to war. And you will be part of that war. That war that's going on now in Ukraine will become known as the Battle of Armageddon. Check me. You don't believe me? Go ahead. Test it. It's for your testing. I know that you're going to test it. No doubt about mine. You're going to test it. Because you want to see if Dr. Henderson is truly who he say he is, or is he just another liar on the planet. Go ahead and test me. I need you to. Test me. You put some American soldiers on that soil, and that will be a declaration to war. And I need you to understand, all 198 nations will be prepared to fight against you, based upon the rule of law, based upon what is known as the War Powers Act. I could go on and on because I've already given it to you. You've been reading it now since 2000. William Jefferson Clinton was reading about it before he left out of the White House. George W. Bush was reading about it before he left out of the White House. Barack Obama was reading about it before he left the White House. Let me help you out since you only realize that I'm coming to the current time. Let me go back in time for you a few moments right now. I need you to understand that Franklin Delano Roosevelt was reading about it when he was in the White House. Dwight D. Eisenhower, he was reading about it when he was in the White House. By the time it got to Ronald Reagan, Gerald Ford, George Bush Sr., as they called him, they all was reading about it. Nixon, he was reading about it. Carter, he was reading about it. I could go on and on and on for you. I think it should be now. It should be sketched in your mind, the reality of what you're dealing with right now. It is the prophecy of the universe. There is no way around it, no way under it, no way will you go over it. You're going to go through it. You're going to go through everything that's happening right now. I'm going to prepare myself to take a short break. It is just so much we need to talk about. So much. I'm not ready to go home yet. But I can tell you what, I do know that you get tired, you get bored, you don't like hearing my voice. So every now and then, I do take long breaks, but right now I'm about to take a real short break. I'll be right back.
Thank you, sir. Yes, it is very good to hear your voice on the calls again. I know everyone is very excited. I'm getting texts from them saying it's great to hear you back again. And yes, it is very important for the world to hear exactly what you're saying. Because as you're giving these direct commands,